Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Gitler. I'm the founder and chairman of Leket. I'm thrilled to be introducing you to our warehouse. A bit of a strange time for us here in the warehouse right now during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Normally we'd have dozens of volunteers here at any one time helping us repackage produce that we've rescued from farms throughout Israel. Right now that's just simply not a possibility. So we have volunteers who are coming in very small groups. Right now, if you see behind me, just a couple people here working, but this is the reality we're in right now. And we're also utilizing our staff, some of whom normally work at other jobs in Leket and are now working here in our logistics center as needed. So let's just take a peek around a couple spots just so you can see what I'm seeing. And I want to give some explanations why these kind of things are happening. So I'd like to share with everyone the types of produce Leket gets its hands on. So here we have big bags of carrots. I don't know what these weigh. I don't know, maybe 30 pounds? No, probably not that much. I wouldn't be holding it that easily. And as you can see, there's nothing wrong with these carrots. They're just a little bit small and therefore not much of a market for them. Ordinarily, they'd probably be going to hotels or corporate cafeterias where they might be used in all types of cooking or juiced, but because so many of those places are closed, unfortunately, Leket is here to take care of them. So everything with Leket in a way is a win-lose situation in these days. Some people are losing, but those who are in need are winning by getting all this great produce. Cucumbers, Israelis like to have small, thin cucumbers, unlike the ones we grew up in the US. These ones are too big, no market for them. Nothing wrong with this, probably just some overproduction in the markets right now. And that's just a typical effect happening all over the world during the crisis. We tend to eat more fruits and vegetables when we go to restaurants, corporate cafeterias, events, and it's really hard for farmers to change overnight. What they've planted is going to grow already, and certainly farmers who thought it was going to be business as usual come July and August, unfortunately that's not happening either now. So we still are being overwhelmed by crops. Potatoes, take a look. Beautiful celery that I'm guessing was probably for exports, right? It says on it, produce of Israel. You wouldn't normally see that for something being sold in Israel itself. Class 1, which means the highest quality. And I don't see huge amounts of this, but that's still very valuable for us to get our hands on. Just to show you the variety, right? More cucumbers, nice white cabbages, beets. It's a really great variety of the kind of things we're getting our hands on. Let's take a quick, I want to show you the cavernous refrigerators that we have here as well. That, the interesting thing about our refrigerators in our warehouse is this is a distribution center. This is not a warehouse. And what I mean when I say that is the produce that comes through here is not meant to be stored for long term. So you can come in here at a time in the day and it can look very empty, and you can come at other times of the day and it's completely full. So now I'm here midday. I have no clue what to expect in this refrigerator. Let's take a look. My guess is, before we go in, that it may be underwhelming, and that's because it's in the middle of the day and a lot of our trucks that have gone throughout the country to pick up produce are not back yet. So let's just take a look though and see what's here. So this is one of our 6 refrigerators. This is a medium-sized refrigerator. And just to give a sense of some of the things we have in here right now, some different crops we haven't seen. Beautiful tomatoes. I mean, there is absolutely nothing wrong with these. The land is bountiful, and that's why we're getting our hands on them. These are going to be distributed to thousands of families throughout the country. We have papayas. Wow, that's not something I see very often here. And for those who are papaya eaters, I'm not one of them. You can see exactly why we are getting this. There's probably not anything wrong with it on the inside, but it's a bit funky looking on the outside. Wow, it is cold in here. The refrigeration is working beautifully. Take a look at this. More tomatoes. I thought it was just a bit of carrots, what we saw outside, but just take a look. Over the course of this year, Leket will get thousands and thousands of tons of carrots just like that for the reasons I mentioned before. By the way, sometimes they're too small, sometimes they're too big, sometimes they're broken, sometimes they're perfectly good right now as well. But sometimes they are just right for the market, but there are just too many of them. That's what we're seeing now. This is one of the bigger refrigerators, which again, I was here last week and you could barely move in here. Changes every day, and I'm sure you'll see a video of Leket in the future where this is completely full. But again, Leket's a rescue organization. What we get our hands on changes every day. We're not in the business of buying fruits and vegetables. So let's just take a peek, just one last peek to see what else we have in here. Oh my God, I'm guessing each of these bags, the ones that are full, weighs about a ton. Oh, look how they set that up for us. Just perfectly so you could see in. Let's count how many bags there are here like this. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I say somewhere around 25 bags like this. A full-size bag weighs about a ton. So you're talking here, some of them are not completely full, probably somewhere around 20 tons of potatoes. And that's a heck of a lot of potatoes. And the great thing about potatoes is that's something that all the agencies we work with and all those in need really want to get their hands on. So it's fantastic to see. And again, I have no doubt that if we had been here yesterday, there were 40 or 60 or 80 or even 100 bags of potatoes.